Good win for us tonight. Certainly there was a feeling of execution tonight. We shot over 50% for the game. We just kept attacking them and trying to put pressure on their defense, not only in transition but in the half court. Made adjustments throughout the game on how they were defending certain actions, and I just felt there was a command. We found our tempo tonight. We didn't play as fast as we do some nights, but we found a very successful tempo that was still attacking, but at the same time I felt like there was an understanding of dissecting what Dallas was trying to do. Huge night for points in the paint for us. We outscored them 50-20 in points in the paint, no matter how big and mammoth of lineups they just kept throwing at us. We did a really good job congesting, making them play from inside back to outside. Now they made 8 threes, but they had to take a lot to do that, and we got them out of the paint because of that. Therefore, it was a really good night. Our bench, 57 points off the bench. What can you say? JJ was fantastic. Morgan sparked us. Rachel, who hadn't played much recently with that matchup with Quigley, could have hung her head over these last couple games, came in and was really effective offensively, was hunting for her shots. So when you get 57 points off the bench, when maybe you struggled to get some of the starters going offensively, it was just a huge night. 40 points combined between JJ and Shanae, so constantly having an efficient player in the post all night for us. So a lot of really good things and an important win as we can continue to control our destiny for 4th, but more importantly for that all-important home game. So one more win towards that goal.
Curt, you talked about how you'd like to want to run against Dallas. Why would you want to run against Dallas given their athleticism? Given that they get a 4x100 team if they wanted?
Sure. They play at a tempo that's high possessions. They're second in the league in possessions per game. So it's going to be a little bit of a track meet, but we want to run and try to wear them down. So they're a little bit less efficient at the offensive end. They're huge, absolutely huge. And so we just try to take their legs away from them. It helped us tonight that Plaisance didn't play, another spacer. Glory didn't play a ton of minutes. So we did a decent job on Liz early. She had 2 fouls, took a little bit out of the rhythm. Now again, we'll live with some threes if you can get that team out of the paint. So, we're better when we run. We have to run with that team and just try to tire them out and then force them to play defense. And I thought we found, again, we've played faster, but we found a tempo that was really efficient tonight. And a lot of that was our point guards. Leja was really good in the first half, and Jazz commanded our offense all night.
There were times this year where you guys have been 3-point happy. Are you pretty happy with the balance out? You seem to be taking the threes that you want to take, but also focus on getting the ball inside.
Yeah, we're a talented 3-point shooting team. We have 3-point shooters that have the green light, but we talk about not settling. We talk about how efficient we can be in the paint. If we get the ball in the paint, we can even be a better 3-point shooting team. So we're a talented offensive rebounding team too. So we just got that's such an important statistic for us is points in the paint.
Curt, how do things change here when JJ plays like that?
Well, when JJ plays like that, you don't always have to platoon her and Shanae. You can play big lineups, and again, we have found a groove with our bigger lineups recently, and that's encouraging because it's been a work in progress all year of trying to find the right offensive system with that big lineup. But when she plays that well and is efficient on the boards, 2 games in a row now, we're really, really dangerous. And then she's the dynamic inside-outside player. she was really good, but she was really good because she also stretched the floor. And now you can have your other posts roaming in the lane. And they're so big, they force you to play big. We hadn't played Morgan Tuck at the 3 in weeks, and we played big, and we were even okay in that lineup. So it's encouraging. If we can get that efficiency, our big lineup can be scary.
You know how I think in this league would say of your team, a lot of really good players, maybe not a great one. Can she be the great one here?
She can be, and we've seen flashes of it. But there's still growth in her game, which is the fun part. She's going to only get better. She's dynamic because she can score outside. She's big. She's a talented rebounder. She can continue to keep improving at the defensive end and continue to be better and better with her back to the basket. When she becomes dominant on the low block and wants the ball as much there as she does at the 3-point line, then you have something that the league doesn't have much of. There's a lot of really good low post, the Grinders, the Fouls, Liz's. If she can become really efficient in a low block and still shoot the way she does, our league doesn't have a lot of that.
Curt, you got another good night off the bench from Morgan. Has she looked more smooth lately?
She's
It
just
seems like she's
yeah.
trying to go too fast at times.
Yeah, and again, I must have yelled slow down to her about 3 or 4 times tonight. I love the fact that she's in attack mode, but when she finds her pace that she can be successful, she's really, really talented. But she can get sped up a little bit, and I think when she got herself into a few misses tonight, and she shot 50%, but when she got into a little bit of trouble is when she was going too fast, and that's what you see sometimes. But she's in attack mode, and that's what we ask our players to be. And so she hunts for shots, she moves the ball, she gets to that next action. She's a really active offensive player, creates a lot of things for us. And when the shot's going in and she finds that pace to be comfortable with it, she's really, really another weapon for us off the bench.
Tonight, after 100 game coaching in the league, what is the significance of reaching that milestone?
The significance is the franchise has had patience with me not to fire me before 100th game. It's a league of what do you do for me lately? And so, I'm appreciative of the opportunity to be in my 3rd year, near the conclusion of the 3rd year. Our staff talked about it with the playoff game. Our last game was our 100th game together, and tonight would be the 100th regular season game. It doesn't go unnoticed by us that we appreciate the commitment to us, belief in us, and I hope we can get 100 more. And I'm excited. Our record, slow start that first year, but since we made that trade for Courtney Williams, we have a really, really respectable record. We're like 51-34, something, 17 or 18 games over 500 after we made that trade. So we've been really, really consistent since that trade. So excited, and again, I'm greatly appreciative of the ownership.
How have you seen yourself grow as a coach over that time?
Just learning the league more and more, the nuances of the league, the nuances of travel, the nuances of how important rest is in this league, the nuances of every other year, our season's condensed, and maybe the best practices that go into those years. So you're always growing as a coach. I don't micromanage as much as I did at the collegiate level. I still call a lot of plays. Players may disagree with this, but I trust them and believe in them, and don't micromanage the game quite as much as you do at the collegiate level. But I still got a lot of growth. But it's been a fun transition. If we can win one of these last 2, it will be 12 of our last 14 years with 20-win seasons. One more could be something special. It's a kind of a milestone win total every year that's really important to coaches, and we're one win away from again now would be my staff's 12th in the last 14 years.